Okay, folks, we're up pre-show for YouTube. We're getting ready for the real estate show, which it will start in a few minutes. It's actually technically the Mail-Right Real Estate Show by produced by I don't know. I got to throw Conroe Pacific in there. I got to look at my other show notes.
Just call it Timelines and Mail.
Timelines, yeah. The
Timelines and Mail-Right together, whatever.
Yeah, we'll do it. I'll just look at my last words. Hey, anyway, we're recording pre-show. I'll let you guys go over what we're going to talk about. Jonathan sent out three sites.
So, Craig,
great sound right now.
So, Craig, have you utilised this first link, this VHT company?
The one you put in the link here?
No, I'm going to put it in.
I've got three: VHT, Bomb, and then there's Breakthrough Real Estate.
This company here.
Go in that order.
Do you see the link?
Yeah.
That is VHT. Jonathan, let's put them in the order. Then Bomb.
Yep. Do you want me? Are you going to do it?
I've got all of those open right now on my screen. Ah, crap. I don't want to do that.
So I'll post the other two.
I've got them ready to post right now.
Well, you post them then, Bill.
Yeah, because I got them up. And then the Breakthrough, I wish a little bit more time. This is really the bread and butter. You know, I was thinking today, I was thinking to myself, why do so many real estate agents fail?
Because they don't work. That's why. That is exactly why.
They're entrepreneurs. They're definitely entrepreneurs.
Well, that's a stretch. They are dreamers. They see the people that are successful. They don't see the grind behind the success, and they say, "Oh my God, look! There's a Mercedes. There's a well-dressed human being. That's so easy. All they do is drink martinis and put a sign in the front yard and make hundreds of thousands of dollars. What they don't get, you got to flip and hustle your buns off to get in this business."
Can I give a slightly different perspective? I'm not saying you're wrong, Craig, because I think there's many factors and many reasons. I think what you've said is a major reason, but I also feel it's very similar reasons, and I don't know if Bill's going to agree with this. It's very similar reasons to our business. It's been undercapitalized and underestimating the gap between starting to make some money and basically making no money, but also having to spend money to invest in the business as well. And most businesses have a bit of a gap. I was talking to one of my mentors, and he's a much younger guy, but he was involved in the VC industry and was successful at it. But he started a business in Reno, and in 9 months it was profitable. It was not only profitable, it was financing the growth of the business as well. But that's unusual. I feel so I feel a lot of agents, unless you got somebody, your spouse, or you saved up some money, I always think they're always looking for quick results, and they get discouraged really quick because the money just isn't coming in. Craig.
I disagree with you, Jonathan. I've been around it for 25, 30 years, and I've seen agents come in with very little money, a used car salesman, 24 years old, and he got out and hustled. And this is before the internet. Barely internet.
Right.
And he went out with those little door knocker hangers, and just like you did, Craig, he went out, Greg, excuse me. He went out every day and hung doorknobs and knocked until he got listings. And he got listings. And he started really getting a lot of listings. Once you get 3 or 4 listings, you really start building on themselves. Once you get listings, 3 or 4 listings, and if you can carry eight listings, Karen was carrying 7 to 8 listings in Modesto, between 2005 and 2000 and 2006 consistently.
Uh-huh.
And our company was carrying, maybe 18 to 25 listings, a small team office. And that's really keeps you hopping with 3 teams, that many listings. Great, right, Craig?
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, we're cranking up right now. The board you see behind me, it's pretty barren at this moment because we don't have a lot of our listings that were coming up. I mean, but it's, if a single agent, if you're a single agent is carrying 3 to 5 listings, they're going to be working their buns off.
Right.
And if they can consistently market follow up using Mail-Right system, something along those lines that's affordable, that's effective, that touches on multiple different levels. By the way, Jonathan, I have some ideas for you. utilizing technology in a smart way. So use Trello or something along those lines to schedule your schedule something out, or use MailRite to schedule your social media out. Use Videolicious. I put the link in the chats here to create really very visually effective and attractive videos about local things in your area. Yeah, you're going to rock and roll. Not to mention the buyers you're going to pick up from the open houses and the other sellers that come around. It's a cyclical.
It's a cycle. And now what happened in 2007, and we saw, it started slowing down. We hit the cap, and you had to get out to people. They could still make money in 2007, but they had to keep their prices below the market to sell it because it was moving down. So you had to get below. If you're even at the market, it's going to go up above it, and you're not going to sell it. So you couldn't get the people. And some people understood that. They knew that this was going down right now, and they need to get their prices low because they'd made so much. And if you wanted to sell, that was the time. 2006, 2007, made really good money on a house that I built and sold in 2006. Almost at the top, not at the top, but it was going down by that time too. But we still made great money.
Yeah, it's totally true. My ex-wife she sold one of her properties, her main property. She made $250,000.
Hey, for the day, I'm going to do at 10 o'clock. We got a break because I'm doing another special show with Nick Hernandez. And what I'd like to do, and I think we can stay on this and I can check it. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to keep the podcast at 7, and 5.
Yeah,
23 minutes. And so
we went off subject, which we normally do, but let's get back. So do you know this company, Greg?
The VTX or whatever?
The VHT.com.
No, I don't. I've never really heard of them.
Well, the marketing director of the company published on Inman an article, and I did try and get him on the show, but he was unavailable. But it seemed pretty cool because obviously they're arranging with local. It's not revolutionary, but I just wanted to discuss the importance of property photography, Greg, and depending on the type of property you're dealing with, how important is it to get really quality photography, and if it's a certain type of house, certain price level, getting a really good video of the property. I want to ask you your experience about that. Right?
Absolutely. We.
But let's not discuss it now. Let's discuss it during.
Oh, I didn't know. We're still pre-show. All right.
Yeah, we're not recording yet.
He's going to. So how does that sound, Bill?
Yeah, it sounds fine. So it'll be fun. I want to go. I want to be a little tighter on the episodes. Break. It'll be short, very short breaks. We're just going to break, say hi, any questions, and go back right into it. The last show was 2004-32, the real estate agent show with special guest Jonathan Green.
Yeah. Can you run the breaks? Can you just put your hand up? Just put your hand up, and I'll try and.
One of us will say it. Whoever's coming on, it's natural. We both have it down now. It's fine.
Right.
I'll just say, "Hey, it's time to go to break."
Right, but put your hand up.
Or this.
Yeah. All right.
The biggest thing is I need about 15 seconds of quiet to find it fast. And the sound is really good right now. Blab just did an upgrade yesterday.
Did you hear that, Craig? When he puts the clock up,
he knows that.
We're going to try and go for a break pretty quick. So you're in, try and shorten it, and we're going for the break, Craig. Right?
Right. Puts the clock up, Greg shuts up. I got it.
The other thing too, Greg, I don't know if you saw it, but on Sunday I laid out links to all the shows and they're working great. So today is Thursday. I don't know why Thursday is. Thursday, and I'm going to move it around to just a post in the future and then put a link to the post.
Mm-hmm. I have not seen those, but I was also sleeping all Sunday, so
I'll show you something.
It could have been a problem.
Paste if you go there. And then when we close too, I'm going to stay what's up tomorrow just to run the next show and have people scheduled for tomorrow. So I did that yesterday. I put up links and had people schedule. So let's get going.
Camera.
One second here. I just got to check something. It's 211. 211-33. I'm just going to keep it real simple on the intro. Here we go. Quiet for a second. Real fast. There's two parts to the intro. I got to have a little gap between them. There's no sound. Welcome to Timelines, episode 2000. Welcome to Timelines, episode 211. And today is the Real Estate Show, episode 33. We have Greg McDaniels on from the Bay Area.
Can I interrupt, Bill? It's not 33, it's 37.
It was 32 last week.
Yeah, we made a mistake. If you go to the web, I'm sorry to interrupt, Bill, but it is.
No problem.
It's 37. Actually.
Okay, here we go.
Can I check that quickly, actually? I think
I'm going to pause. Okay, on today's show, we're going to go into some detail, mostly about video and special production. We've got three different perspectives. Myself with 25 years coming really post internet. We've got Greg coming in with his dad, and Star Power and the teams over the years really coming through the system and seeing all the changes, and they definitely have changed. And we have Jonathan with a technical outside perspective. With that, open it up, Jonathan, Greg.
Oh, thanks, Greg, for coming back on. So I thought we'd talk about the importance, get to a kind of nitty-gritty subject, the importance of photography and video in promoting and selling a property, Greg. What's your? I just want your general thoughts about it, and then we look at some of the links that I sent to you. How does that sound?
Sure, sounds good. Yeah.
So what's your general views about the importance of photography and video and the differences between, let's say, the kind of average family home and when you go into the more luxurious side of the market?
I think the good photos and videos are critical no matter what type of property, what price point of the property that you're doing. I think it shows a professionalism level of the agent. Taking your handy dandy iPhone here and shooting the photos is not going to, it's not professional level. Going in there with a true photographer that really knows what they're doing, that can zip through the thing, give you high quality, high res photos you can put out onto the MLS, onto the web, everywhere else, onto your blog, onto your website. That really showcases the beauty of the home, no matter what condition it's in. But people really get to see it. They'll come through and they'll hopefully try to pick up some stuff or talk to people how to stage a room quickly. Get the dirty underwear off the bed, put the plates in the dishwasher. Stuff like that. That makes the difference behind someone really wanting to buy that house or kind of wanting to buy that house on the first impression. It's like dating. It's real estate dating. If the buyer, aka the pursuer, does not like or think the home is attractive, therefore they may go on to another one. So, in my opinion, it's without a doubt it's an essential.
What about video of the outside and inside?
Good question, Jonathan. What we do is I do take that. Now, this is where the difference is. I take a video and it's a raw video. I turn it around. I use my arm because I'm 6'5". I have a built-in selfie stick. I don't need to go get one. And I do a video of front of the house talking about how great it is. And then I take it onto Facebook on my personal page, tag my team, tag all my team members, tag my lender, tag the homeowners, tag their kids, tag everybody that's applicable, and then get that out to the public. And that's more nitty, raw, kind of in their face. But I get over like 1,100 views every time I do a video, and it costs me $0.
Do you, if it's on the more luxurious side of the market, have you done more kind of promotional, professional type of videos?
We have not. We've seen phenomenal results in the grittiness of these videos when people actually have the ability to it's kind of like letting them in behind the scenes and letting them see, what the property. And if you're animated and you can really kind of go off and have a good time. If anybody wants to see this when they watch this podcast, just find me on Facebook, Greg McDaniel. I'm the guy sitting there, doing this in front of two beers, Just find me wearing a black coat, and you can go to my videos. You can watch what I've done, so you can kind of see what I mean by that. But I mean, I do see value. If you're representing like a $5 million home or something like that, I can see the opportunity and the reason to go spend a lot of money on doing something. But there's so many apps up there that you can do your own post editing on that I don't think you need it anymore. But it's definitely a nice touch if the homeowner really wants it.
So on the on the photography side, basically, how do you find good photographers? Have you kept the one for a reasonably long period? What are your general experiences of finding somebody that you can build a good working relationship? And can you also give some insights around price as well?
Yeah, actually, the steel trap who's behind me right now, who's our team manager, she'd be able to give you the pricing on it. But we use the same guy that we've used forever and a day, and he has grown exponentially. Everybody uses him. He comes in with a nice camera, knows what he does. So if you need to find someone who can do it, just ask them some of the top producers in your area. They'll be able to identify who they use for the photographs of their home. Or if you like a photograph of a home, go talk to that listing agent and be like, who did this? I would love to hire them as well. You did a great job picking them out. That's the best way I would do it. I mean, get a personal referral.
Yeah. To recap, so on almost all the houses that you are selling, you get a professional to take the photography. Is that correct?
Without a doubt. Every single home, we get a professional to do the photo. And then I go out there with the video and do the social media side on that stuff.
What would be your response to an agent or somebody who says that you don't need to hire somebody, I can do it myself? What's your response to that?
Do you want my true response?
Yeah, be honest about it, but don't swear though, please, because we try and keep it family.
I don't swear on your show. I swear on my show.
I know you do. But...
no, I think that they're fools. I think that, again, it's dating. It's like not doing your hair when you go on a first date. Or wearing sweats or showing up like that. I mean, look, you might be a great agent, but you're not a master photographer. You need someone who is a professional in their realm to do that. And that's why you align yourself with a professional mortgage, title, photographers, stagers, whatever you use. You don't try to do everything. You can't be a jack of all trades. So I would say spend the money. It's worthwhile. It's in a business investment. And besides, your sellers are going to like it. They're going to love how their home looks, and they're going to talk about you in a more positive light.
All right. So can you go through the mechanic? How many photos of the house? Do you have a kind of set pattern with your photographer about what photography you do take? And if that's the case, can you give some insight on how many photos you roughly do take? And then can you give some idea how you fit that in with the description and text on your own site and maybe on your social media?
So what I do is I do a lot of video. We don't do a lot of writing. We take photos of every room. So depending on the home, we highlight every room. Anything that's an attribute on the exterior of the property, large yard, spa, pool, views, whatever. Right? We make sure we highlight all of those. We want to give them enough, but not overload them so they see the same photo multiple times. That is the way we do it. And then I go out and, I do a video, and I do a video in front of it like we talked about. I've also done videos on the interior talking about it, kind of doing the swivel, showing people what's going on behind me. That's what we do. A lot of course, other people are writers. I'm not. But Eileen back here, who I won't put the camera on, and she'll thank me for that. She'll do the writing for our flyers. When it comes time, but then that was when we collaborate with the homeowner, as well as reviewing the photos and walking through the home to really represent what the home really has to offer out into the marketplace.
Do you mean the mysterious Eileen is actually in your office?
She's right there.
It's a bit of a gag, folks. I've been trying to get a hold of I call her the mysterious Eileen now. I think she doesn't like English people. No, I've been cruel now. So there she is, the mysterious Eileen. You have to watch the video, folks. So basically, your photography bill for your brokerage must be pretty sizable then, but it always has paid dividends.
Of course it does. I mean, it's an investment in the homes. I have no idea what it costs because that's what she does.
Yeah,
she handles all that stuff. What's the cost of a photo? Well, how much do we pay for photos?
So they're talking about how much the cost of the photos are.
Yes,
reaching back.
We've got whispers now, folks, but he's trying to find out.
Okay. So I was informed that on average, it's about $300 for the photos, but we also get high gloss photos, high gloss flyers. Let me show you.
This is for the video, folks.
So you get high gloss photos, like flyers like this. then with, on the back with our brand, and this is very high gloss, good quality paper, and they give us, I think, 100 of each of them.
That's
then
a
we
great
start
marketing listing tool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I got a whole drawer full of stuff that we take to marketing listings.
Yep.
When we show, hey, you guys, and we'll also do these photographs. Here's the quality. Here's an example. Right. Bring a home that's similar to theirs. So if they're a 1-bedroom condo, don't show them a $5 million mansion.
So you would strongly advise that agent that's getting their first couple listings that they really should consider getting the photography done professionally.
Of course. I mean, because every time you're probably not going to use all those flyers, because once you spend that money here and you go to another listing appointment, you can show what you've done before. If you don't do this here, then you can't take it to here. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Save some for your drop behind and packages for listings.
Exactly.
If you got some left, hit the 5, 5, and 10 around the street.
Yep.
Now, have you experimented with your photography on Instagram as well?
I'm just getting into Instagram, by the way, dipping my big toe into that pond. We have not, but that is an excellent idea, Jonathan, and I will absolutely do that. And I'll get back to you.
Because I've had some agents, because every week I'm talking to agents, and I think we can talk about that when we come back from the break. So I think at the present moment, folks, we're going to go for a break and then come back and talk about Instagram.
So, Jonathan, exactly what are we going to talk about when we come back from the break?
Pardon?
So, Jonathan, we're going to, when we come back from the break, exactly what are we going to talk about when we come back?
We're going to talk a bit more about photography and Instagram.
We're going to talk about Instagram. Okay, and then tricks. Very good. Okay, folks, we're coming back off the break. We're going to talk about Instagram, and that's really social media. But we're also going to go into Bomb Breakthrough. And, we're going to go professional, VTS, VHT, and then we're going to go into Bomb, which I had some experience with, and then finally Playster. And I know Greg has experience with Playster. So go ahead, let's drive through this in the next 7 or 8 minutes. That's a lot to cover.
Oh, thanks. So let's just quickly wrap up about Instagram, because what I was saying to you, Greg, is I've spoken to some agents that are really using it, and because it's very dependent on tagging, you've got to be tagging all your images, and that's how people find your images. So it's a combination of being religious about tagging, which is very similar to Twitter or tagging stuff in Facebook, who owns Instagram, but then having really good photography. And they said they're surprised the amount of views they get of properties, because people are just kind of in a coffee break skimming through Instagram looking for properties, and they find it quite effective. So I thought I'd give you that feedback.
That's fantastic. I completely look forward to it. I will take those and I'll try it out. We have a couple new listings coming on, so I'll take them, play with the filters, and go for it. I think it might get some great reviews. I can't wait.
On a side note, everyone's talking about Instagram now. All the big social media podcasters, that's like the hottest thing since
sliced bread.
Sliced bread, French toast.
Yeah. So let's go on to the other link. So I read an article that Ingman, the marketing director, I forgot the gentleman's name, of VHT did, and it was about photography. And what they basically do, Craig, is they have local photographers nationally, and obviously in more metropolitan, they've got a group of photographers, and they give you a fixed price on certain, and they offer online tools. So the photographer can upload, you've got a secure area that you can log in. They have galleries, and they have other services linked in, turning those into presentations, and also video. They've got a number of packages and services. And I thought it was quite interesting. But obviously you've got your relationship with your guy. But I thought it could be, you could utilize it as a secondary service or support service, or just try them out in general. What's your thoughts?
I think this is a phenomenal service. If people don't have a relationship with a photographer that they use on a consistent basis, I would highly recommend taking a look at these guys. Their photography looks phenomenal. Also, if they wanted to up their image and maybe have these individuals do some photos for them, maybe it might be a good opportunity for them to go out and showcase, if they're trying to build a brand around a neighborhood or a city, go out and get some really high-end, great photos around the city or around the marketplace that they're trying to break into or are in, for their marketing package to hand out. Put it up, for something for buyers to review. So I think there's a lot of different ways you can use this system. That would be my suggestion. I mean,
I just thought it might be also a good backup, because your photographer might be really busy, ill, on vacation. So having some kind of backup, if you've got a crucial, might not be a bad idea. So I thought that's why I would mention it.
Good. Right? Yeah, absolutely.
The next one, obviously we discussed it a little bit, but I thought it was relevant. BombBomb. Have you used it at all?
Yeah, I use it for marketing into my brokerage, talking about, what we do, what I'm doing for training courses. For anyone who watches this, I'm the head trainer for our brokerage. So I'm constantly reaching out to the agents, trying to wrangle them into the into the training room for an hour or two. So I do a recording. I blast it out to all of my people. But on the agent side, they have a lot of templated emails you record, and then you can send it out for thanks for following up from a meeting, confirming the meeting, all different types of templates that you can record, set it, send it, and you're done, and it's a video email.
Hey, quick question on that. I tested that out in the last couple of weeks, and I found some conflict with using Gmail with the system.
I have not had it. Well, it's kind of, for me, it's been a pain in the rump to work sometimes. It seems to be a little clunky on the back end.
Yeah, it's very clunky. And what I do, I've got to have speed timing. I'm constantly on in the system. So I'm not doing like a real estate agent per se, where I'm constantly using the Gmail and the medias, but it does have some conflict and has some problems, especially with the Gmail. And we have the professional Google Plus too.
Right. It is a little clunky in the back end, but you know what? If you want to have an effective email system, you know what? Sometimes you got to deal with stuff you don't really like, right?
Unless there's something else out there that may not be clunky doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it might be in the near future. And do you use the desktop interface, or do you tend to use the app on your phone when it comes to BombBomb, Greg?
Desktop.
Right. So actually, it might be actually. What about your experience, Bill? Was you using the desktop?
I'm on the desktop. I haven't used the app. I played with it for about 5 days, 6 days. I sent some. I think I sent some to you and other folks. So I didn't do a very thorough test, but it had enough conflict with my business and my extensive email system and processes.
Yeah. Just a tip there, Bill.
So anyway, got a thumbs down from me.
Yeah. Just a tip, Bill. You might actually want to try it if you can on your app, using their app rather than the desktop. So mixed reviews about BombBomb, but I definitely agree with you, Craig, as a way. Everybody I've spoken that's used it said they get more engagement almost straight away. The only concern is as similar programs come in, will it become oversaturated and then increasingly become less and less effective? Is it more about it being slightly unusual at the present moment, and as it becomes more common, you get less effect? But that's a difficult one to answer.
Well, that's like saying that, because telephones went from corded to uncorded, then to cell phones, did they become less effective? I think the personal touch that the video has, they see you, hear you, and everything else. They get to meet you. You're not a stagnant photo. I think that is the most powerful part about it. When I have sent them out, I get a very good and positive response. So that would be that's what I've been experiencing in it. I don't think it's going anywhere. I only think it's going to go even bigger. Live video is huge in 2016. It's going to get bigger and bigger. There's the Wild West out there with this stuff. We don't know where it's going to go. We don't really know what to do with the darn thing right now. It's kind of like YouTube a number of years ago. So I would keep our finger. I would stay attuned to this stuff. I think there's going to be some changes coming down the pipe in a good way.
All right. So you've gone a bit fuzzy on my side, actually, Craig.
So with that, let's go to a break, and we'll come back to finish up the podcast, and we can have some little open discussion. Okay, we're coming off the last 3 or 4 minutes of the podcast, but we're going to be open for blab for the questions for the listeners. And so let's sort of tighten this thing up. So we've gone through a couple. We didn't get through the last little product, which was those 8 breakthroughs from Playsetter. So why don't we jump into those, finish that up, how you contact us, and let's open it up for our blab audience for discussion.
Yeah, well, basically, Playster just gave some 8 kind of review videos of properties that they really liked. I don't know if you had time, you and Bill had time to look at them at all. The first one is hilarious. It's like obviously she's English, but it was like I don't know how to describe it. It was a bit like War and Peace. It seemed to go on forever, but I don't know if you liked it, Bill, or you thought it went on a bit.
I grew up there. My dad was born about 3 blocks from where that was taken. That was Huntington Beach, and it was 4 minutes. So that you talk about it is very, very good. And I thought she caught it. And it was more about Huntington Beach, and it's had 26,000 downloads.
Great. It's great. What was your feeling about some of the others, Bill?
The next, we went down to Laguna Beach. So it's like a home tour. What I really liked about the whole concept is before they got into the house, they talked about the community in the background. So if you get your search in there, people are going to watch it and learn about Huntington Beach. Now, I'm experimenting right now with video for our learning management systems and online training, and to send out to people to do some of the timeline interviews. And we're finding that 2 minutes to no more than 3 is a great length for a quick video if you can tighten everything up and really make it professional. But the quality of the videos is extremely good. Didn't really get into it past that. I'm always looking at how do they do these things, how they make the quality. So I thought their products all looked really good, whatever they're doing. I don't know what they're charging. So I'll let you go into the details. I don't know. Do you know anybody that's actually used the product?
Well, it's not a project; it was a review. They were just looking. They were looking at 8 walkthroughs and property discussions that they thought that was done right. That's what the basic article was about. Yeah, I totally agree with what you said, though, Bill. So, have you on your own websites at all, Craig? Because I've seen this with some very proactive brokerages and power agents where they have a centralized video that's a little bit more polished. It's still the broker or one of the leading agents talking about an area, and then they have copy that's professionally written about that area, and they use the video for Facebook, YouTube, all the other social to drive traffic to that specific, and then they give more written information and downloads about the area. And I think that's quite effective. Is that something you've done at all, or something you're thinking about doing?
Yeah, we have quite a few videos. How to pick an agent, welcome, why to use our team. Here's what's going on with the team. It's not me being me. It's a much more edited, refined, smooth, glossed video, and those are effective. And we do use them.
I think I didn't explain myself. I meant about talking about the different areas in your area, and talking about the schools, the general feeling of the area, any specific geography or cultural things that somebody outside the area or thinking of moving into that area should know. Have you done any of those?
Yeah. So what I've done is I did some videos on right through that wall is a thing called the Iron Horse Trail. It's where the train used to run, and it goes through 2 different counties, 11 different cities, runs for 12.5 miles. And what it does is I was able to talk about it. And then I turned around and I did a shot right through that window of my old high school. Talked about San Ramon Valley High School, school ratings, why to go to it, and the whole 9. Got a very good reviews. Interviewed different people in the community. Yeah, we do those, and I did those with a little bit more high gloss. But I'm usually more impulsive, and I'd rather just get out there and do it. I don't want to wait for anybody else, so I just go and do it. And you know what? We're seeing positive reviews on both sides. It really doesn't matter. What matters is your content. If you have solid content, that's what matters.
Yeah, just to finish off is that I think the slightly more polished where you're talking about area is something like what Bill says. It's evergreen content. You can stay on your website and you can increase the written material that supports the video. So your SEO increases, where I think with your more less polished, on the spot videos about the house there is has its place as well, because it's about being spontaneous and about driving traffic and building up your own brand. So I don't see the two things being separate. I see them as kind of working on the same purpose, but kind of two different vectors. Did that make any sense?
Yeah, it absolutely is. A really easy way to take your videos and be able to get more SEO out of them. There's a site called rev.com, rev.com. You can go take the video you do, polished, unpolished, doesn't matter, or audio files or whatever, upload it to them, and for $1 a minute, they will transcribe it into written text, and they have like a 99.9% effective rate. And with that, you don't have, like me being dyslexic and not wanting to sit there and type something out. That's not going to happen. I can take my video. You do like we always talk about, do a 1 to 3 minute video max. It's going to cost you $1 to $3 to get the written text. Then you can take that and you reconstitute it out, onto LinkedIn. You put it into Facebook Notes. You put it onto Google Plus. You put it in all these different places. So either if you're a reader, like Frank Klevitz from Viral Marketing, he's a reader. I'm not. So he would be able to ingest that information in the way he likes to, or you can just watch the video, whatever you'd like.
All right. So what was that? Can you put the URL into our notes?
Yeah, not a problem. Let me send it right now.
Also, YouTube is coming out this week with a new paid beta tool that you can buy into. It's pretty cheap, I think, to do transcription for. And if you just put up the words, even though they might mess up some words, it still get you SEO.
Yeah, that's
interesting.
Cool.
It's on this week. You'll find it if you dig into YouTube. YouTube does take some time to do it right, to get all the different things in. By the way, I just looked at your Iron Horse Trail
video
when you did it in 2013, and it's under comedy.
Hey, how many views does it have in there?
Not a lot. It's 89.
Okay.
It probably hasn't got the SEO, and
there's
you need to throw some text in there. If you throw about 3 lines of text in there about the trail, you can even cut and paste them from other places and change the words around.
Yeah, I'll do it today.
You get a lot more SEO out of it.
I just haven't done anything with that. I literally uploaded it and forgot about it.
Yeah, you look young. You're very young on it. You look a lot younger.
Yeah, with my hair super short.
In the shot. So
yeah,
it's okay. I mean, 89 still 89. Those are people who found you. And then just make sure it's all linked. You did some work on it. It's good. It's a nice picture. I like how you started it. I'm looking forward to watching it. It's 1 minute 22 seconds, which is good too.
Yeah, we had Michael Fielding, who's our tech head here at the office. We were out on the trail and he had a boom mic inches above my head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
just inches, just sitting there.
So right, so let's wrap up. So Craig, how can people get a hold of you?
Yeah,
if you guys have any questions, you guys can give us a ring here at my brokerage or at our team, 925-838-4300. Again, 925-838-4300. That's our main online office. If there's any questions you have for us or about the area here in the San Francisco East Bay.
Oh, that's great, Craig. We're going to continue the conversation, folks, after the podcast. So go to our websites and you'll be able to see the conversation as we go into a bit more detail on a number of these topics which we touched. What do you reckon, Bill? What do you reckon?
I'll tell them like this. I say, folks, I really suggest if you want more notes, you can go over to WP-Tonic and look under
Mel, right,
WP. Bill. So you got to say this. You got to go, folks, you want more information, go over to mail-right.com, go over to the blog, and you'll find this episode. And also, you can go over to Timelines at Timelines of Success, episode 211, and you'll find this episode. And the show notes will really be in more detail on Mail-Right. But we want to thank you for coming in. We always want to thank the Blob audience. We have a few folks up there, and we'll open it up for questions this time. We suggest that if you're listening to this on podcast, tune in at 9 Pacific, generally 9 Pacific. We might move it back a little bit someday because more people listen to Blab in the afternoon than they do in the morning. And come and join us and ask questions because you'll get some good free marketing advice and information.
Will do.
So if we're just quiet for a second, I can find. I'm getting pretty fast at editing. I do 100% edit now. I mean, I listen to the whole thing generally. I go through it. I've got some really good tools for getting the sound. We had really good sound today. And one thing I will say was we had really good sound. A little baffled around this one together, trying to figure out, because I'm doing that show daily, and it's just interesting to see how many people come up on Blab or don't. You know, I think it has something to do with the picture it's on there. It's a great looking picture. I mean, it looks great.
I think you're better off using your normal. You're doing your on reflection, Bill. You're doing yours, and I don't think it'd be confusing for our guests. I just say it. It's a joint production between you and me, but I think it would be best if you kept with your standard photo, Bill.
I'm just playing with maybe not. But it's just really interesting to study Blab. I mean, I'm really taking a deep dive into Blab and speed, because Blab's still really important, and the quality of podcast is good.
Yeah.
And the key is for me now is I got another interview at 10 o'clock, but I actually did not leave until I do the initial edit, which is, taking all the uhs, making it sound good and getting it done. But they do have pretty good kick on when they get up on the podcast. Now we've got 3. We're going to launch on a separate RSS feed for the real estate. And I think that'll be good too, because real estate agents will get it. And then you got to reach out. Now, what I didn't do, I was going to do this time, a little bit more rehearsal. I was going to send this out to 8 or 9 Chase agents last night. I didn't do that. I meant to do that. So I think that's it. But
so did you say you got an interview at 10 o'clock, Bill?
Yeah, with Nick's birthday. It's on the,
right.
If you go to Timeline, it's right there, the link.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you what, the link thing worked great this week. I've got a schedule of everything that's up this week. And it even saved me time, because I just hit the links anytime or send them out to folks.
Yeah. Shall we just wrap up, Craig? Is there anything in the news that's caught your eye about any kind of products, news about real estate that caught your eye at all?
No, not really. I mean, we're just kind of ramping up, getting going. Nothing really kind of jumped out at me. I've been just so slammed lately. I have 3 or 4 podcasts on that are about real estate that I'm behind on. So I'm pretty sure there is something in there. I listen to a bunch of other blabs about marketing, and there's a lot of stuff about Twitter. But
one thing that caught my eye in England was that I think it's Zillow. They're going to do they've kind of linked up with a national company that does these drone flyovers, and they're going to be offering that as a service. So you'll be able to take a panoramic view of the house that you're selling in the area, and it does it at kind of like 12 feet level when it goes around the house, and they're going to be offering that.
Oh, that's interesting. That's really, really interesting.
We're still on. I want to make a couple comments. I've been in, design built houses, look at walls. I'm actually pretty darn good at staging and taking pictures. So is Karen. And we've actually outdone some professionals with our iPhones. And Chase, let me tell you, because she's done open houses for other people. And I said, these are crappy shots. And she's actually gone out with her iPhone. And last week it was an example of that, redone the pictures. And because I even show her on a map, I said, here's the time of day. Here's the time of day you need to be there for the light. Because I can look at a map. I mean, I grew up on maps and sun. And as a design build engineer, I'm always looking at the sun and the sun angles. So I'm just telling you, some people do have the ability to take some pictures, but if you're really busy doing a lot of stuff, you can afford to get that agent, that person out there. The other thing too is we don't have is that glossy. We make great flyers, and you can look online, but the glossy like you get for a marketing approach is great. The listing, that's where it pays off. Is as much as listing as is marketing the house. Probably more on the listing and getting it out there. There's a lot of work in real estate. Are you seeing a lot of people coming into the business there, Greg?
New agents wise, you mean?
Yeah.
They're starting to come out of the woodwork. I mean, just like back in 2004 or 5, when people are like, "Hey, I should get into real estate. That seems like a good idea." But as soon as it goes south, they're going to vominos.
Yeah, well, it may not go south for a while. It's hard to say. Money, I was talking to Wells Fargo at the high end because of my business, and money is going to open up. It's starting to open up a little bit, which is good. Low rates.
So what happened, and I think, John, this is what you're referring to. Sorry for cutting you off, Bill.
No problem.
There is Keller Williams announced at their at a family reunion this week that they have partnered up with Drone Base.
Yeah, it was there. I apologize, folks. It wasn't Zillow. Sorry.
Yeah, and they're going to offer a $200 discount. So any use KW agents that did not make the family reunion, you guys are getting a $200 discount in the drone bases. Pro packages are $600. Damn, that's expensive. Basics $399.
I don't think you're going to be using it, but like I say, for the right property and the right circumstance, it might be effective, mightn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying. I just thought it was interesting. It was a little bit of a tidbit that caught my eye.
The government just put some requirements, and you have to license the individual drones, and they're really stomping down on some requirements. For example, they got a source where they throw a drone out and follows a skier down the hill up here.
Yeah,
they had to go get a waiver to do that.
Seriously,
they got a rule that you're not supposed to be in 500 feet of a person.
Well, that's on. See, Craig, that's on. They lease the slopes from the National Forestry.
Yeah,
right.
So there's there's unusual. But the thing about this drone thing in general is it could be quite a considerable invasion of personal. Some drone and it catches, some unfortunate couple or some scene that they really don't want to be on public television. And also in high-end areas, you might have some highly visible neighbours, celebrities. Would they really want a drone buzzing past their window? So I've got mixed feelings about it.
Well, you have right to airspace above you. Hey, look, we got to transfer over to the other show. Just some thoughts for next week. If we had a look quick, like Inman News, what's up in real estate news real fast, because there is some neat news and it forces you to just boom, boom. If we get it really good, come out really strong. Maybe if I hit the news, boom, get engagement, and then try to get some real estate agents. I can send out like the 8 to 10 chase agents who we know.
I think either later on this afternoon or tomorrow, Bill, we need a quick Zoom and talk about this, because I'm totally agreeing with you. We need to come to some better promotion and try some things. So maybe we can have a chat about it. So, Craig, thanks. I'm talking to somebody at 10:30. So if I text you, is there any chance that we might either today or tomorrow have a quick Zoom for 15 minutes, Craig?
Let me check my calendar.
By the way, I think video is still a really good topic to go into, like a video too.
Yeah.
Because I think it's really important to do video. And I think if you just go out and just get even some that's not perfect and go do it.
Oh, I think that's I slightly disagree with you on the photography side, but on the video side, I think the more you do on your phone and mix it, I don't see any problem. I do have a little bit of reservations, but I do agree with you when I looked at. That was the thing that surprised me about Chase.
Yeah, I gotta go, folks.
See you later.